Good afternoon, guys, and happy Monday to all of your sunshiny faces. I thought it was, actually no, I thought it was Saturday today. Goodness, guys. I knew totally what day it was yesterday too in the vlogs. I like said it immediately. And today, earlier in the day, I was like, wait, it's Saturday, right? And I was like, no, actually it's not. Anyway, I thought I'd update you guys. I showed you guys in yesterday's vlog, getting the cabinets, like what my plan was for this cabinet. So we got this other shelf. My dad actually got it. It's like actually just plywood, and it's a little bit bigger actually than these shelves, so you guys can see. But we didn't have any more of this contact paper left, so we ended up going over it with just some of like this stuff. And since we were just using this one for the drinks anyway, for like coffee, tea, that kind of stuff, I think there's some lemonade and some hot chocolate in there as well. We just decided to use like this stuff. It didn't have to be the contact paper because like I said, we are out of that. So that is just on the top, and I actually didn't need to lower this shelf. This one actually fit perfectly. I came in here, my dad actually had this one in, so that's awesome that that is there. But then the other thing too is this is not the countertop. This is just another piece of plywood that my dad got put down, because we wanted to try and get it as close as possible to this height, because of the height for this, like I said, countertop, because we're getting another butcher block. But what we ended up doing was getting this stuff moved onto this part of the counter and got rid of the shelving unit that was here, that was housing all of the coffee mugs and things like that. These are gonna go somewhere up on here. I'm not sure yet, but they're not staying there. We just needed to move a lot of stuff around because my dad has started to prime and paint this half of the wall. I think he's going to go at least over to part of the stove, and then we're going to have to move the stove out and paint behind all of that and stuff. So that'll be a headache for another day. But as for right now, he needed the old like coffee, what's it called, that's like shelving unit sort of thing out of there. So now we've got this set up over here. So it's awesome that we can have our extra little you know, what you call it, going on over there, with the extra countertop that we're gonna have. And it's so awesome too, because now that we don't have that screen there either, which I think we're gonna put it back up but only use it certain times and stuff, but you know, it makes the space feel so much more open. I was like, I feel like I have my little own diner like standing on this side of the kitchen over there, because like people can like sit at the coffee bar and stuff, because most of the time that I think we've had the coffee bar, we've had that screen up, with the exception of like a short period of time. But like, yeah, so now that that's there, I was like, I feel like I'm running my own little diner. I was like, even though we can't eat out right now, we can host a diner experience here in the house. It was funny too, because I was actually cleaning out the cabinets up there, and I found, oh goodness guys, I do this every time. I put these things up here because there's a little nail. I keep scaring myself thinking that they're coming flying out of the cabinet, but I found these, and I was like, oh my gosh, these are perfect. They're like the little things for like, you know, diner kind of, like hot dogs and stuff like that. I was like, this is so cute. So yeah, I was like, we can totally do this. But that cabinet ended up actually going upstairs. That cabinet unit went upstairs to Jack's room, and he's put all of his video games that were stored in a toy chest in there. Now that that is not in a toy chest, it is displayed. It was actually in a wall that had nothing going on there. The other project that me and my mom ended up doing today was we tore out the, there was a border here that had, it was like, we have border up there too. I'm trying to figure out where more is. You guys would be able to see. There's some, I don't know if you guys can see right down there. But we ended up pulling this out because this wall is going to be reprimed. Not reprimed, but it's going to be primed and painted. So you can see the millions of holes from all of the places that my mom had things hanging at different times, and different screws that went in the wall and nails and stuff like that. And then my dad put the big ones over here were anchors. So there was, like I said, tons of stinking holes Matthew had to patch today. But we got that all done. So this is all going to be primed. I think Matthew can do it tomorrow. He's gonna sand down these all the holes and everything tomorrow, and then he is going to, I think, start priming it, along with he's gonna do some stuff in the kitchen. The other thing too is that he has been ripping up the paint on the stairs so that we can get the stairs taken care of now and painted and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So yeah guys, we've been working today. We've been getting a ton of stuff done. On top of that too, I edited 4 vlogs today, so that was awesome. But our house projects and stuff like that have been getting done as well. So like I said, I finished up that stuff in the kitchen. I also got to a ton of dishes, but this was mine and my mom's big project today, because tearing off the border for that was covered in like wallpaper was a total pain, and then doing it up there too, where we had to get a ladder to do it, was also a huge pain. The thing we didn't realize, guys, is that if you use a little squirt bottle full of water, you spray it on there, it is night and day compared to trying to scrape it off when it is dry. So after that, me and my mom were like, oh my gosh, seriously? My mom just started going, do you think we could just totally paint over the wallpaper? She's like, I cannot scrape any more of this off. And I was like, I know, my arms are killing me. And then I was like, well, you know, I read somewhere that a little bottle, because I told you guys my experience with my room and the wallpaper on the border. I even tried to use water, it did not come off. That is because there was wallpaper put over the other wallpaper, and so it like glued it to the wall, and it was not going anywhere. So I actually had to sand over parts of it that I couldn't get up. I told you guys about that when I did my bedroom. But yeah, so me and my mom, I was like, well, you know, one of the hacks that I read about was that you can use a spray bottle with fabric softener in it. And I was like, my mom was like, well, why don't you just try water? Because our family friend, my mom was helping her a long time ago when they first moved into their house. I guess their whole kitchen and living room and everything like that was all covered in wallpaper, and they didn't want it anymore. So her and my mom were like there tearing the whole thing up, and they like used water, I think a sponge and stuff like that, to get it off. And so once we figured this out, it took us all of about, what probably the pace we were going would have taken us a couple hours, ended up taking us, we probably finished the whole thing in about an hour. But at the rate we were going, the two of us, just to do this one wall, would have taken us probably a good like 3 or 4 hours. And then once we started using the water, it was like done. So that was really awesome. So this is getting, like I said, kind of moved on as well, because our other project that is going on right now is that we've got old cabinets that we're repurposing that are out in the garage. We're going to make my mom a custom desk for in here in her office, because right now it looks like this sort of, which is obviously a little, most of that stuff was on the other side of the room and it got moved, but my mom just needs more storage and stuff like that. So we've got 3 cabinets that I think are going to go up on the top, and then we've got cabinets that are actually going to go on the bottom and act as sort of like a built-in desk that we're going to be able to do. So we're actually using, I think pretty much the majority is going to be all repurposed stuff from the garage, but we're going to make that, and so it's going to be a big L desk that's going to go along into that corner and everything. So that is why my dad has been trying to get that stuff out of the garage, actually, because my dad's also, at the same time we're doing all of these projects, my dad's trying to get the garage sort of like cleaned up and stuff like that, and he doesn't want those old cabinets really anymore. He says they just don't really work for like storing the stuff that he is storing and everything like that, just old cabinets that clearly came from the kitchen before they remodeled and they threw them out in the garage. And so like we were talking, I was like, well, you know, like, do we really want to just throw them out? And then that's when I was like, you know, you could turn them into like a desk or something like that. And my mom was like, what if we did that in my room? So we have a corner piece and then 2 side pieces that are going to act for the side, either side of the L desk, along with another little cabinet piece, and then 3 cabinet pieces. Hopefully everything fits all up here. If not, we might do one against that other wall. So we'll see, but as of right now, all of the projects are coming along. So I like cannot feel my shoulder blade right now. It was, yeah guys, we should have done, like I said, the water hack way earlier, because it was so easy. But I am gonna get in the shower and get to bed because I'm so tired, guys. Got to do a lot of stuff, a lot of projects got done and stuff like that. And it was awesome. Like my dad got to stuff that he needed to, painting and priming the cabinets and all that stuff, and other outside garage stuff that we can get to some of the other cabinets that we need for in here. My mom and me, like I said, pulled all of this stuff off today. I did the some of the organizing and stuff like that in the kitchen again today, and cleaned off again that coffee bar sort of. My dad started priming in the kitchen. Matthew was, like I said, chipping off all of the old paint on the stairs, along with did the patched the holes in here and stuff. So been getting projects done together as a family. Jack did have schoolwork that he had to get to today, but it's all online stuff, you know, so he had a little bit of that, but he did organize that shelf that we ended up moving upstairs and helped me move it up and wiped it down and cleaned it off and everything like that. So yeah, guys, like I said, family projects getting done. Multiple rooms all at once is very hard to juggle, but we've been getting it done. So anyways, guys, I'll see you all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love it if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye, guys.